President Donald Trump's national security advisor, Mike Waltz, believes that only appeasement shall end the disastrous invasion of Ukraine.
What I'm saying is this war needs to end, and that's going to take concessions on territory. That's going to take Russian concessions on security guarantees. That's going to take all sides coming to the table.
You just mentioned a specific concession potentially that you would like Vladimir Putin to make. Can you elaborate on that? Because we haven't heard any specifics before.
Well, we can't get any specifics from the Ukrainians, but this will clearly be some type of territorial concession for security guarantees going forward.
Yes, of course. The Ukrainians must give up land to the Russians, specifically probably the mineral-rich Donbass region, as well as territory, to perhaps create a land connection to Crimea. And what do the Russians give up? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Well, but, you know, we got to give them up so they can have a security guarantee so that they won't continue to bomb the hell out of Ukraine. That doesn't sound like a great deal. And yet Trump and Vance, I don't understand why Ukraine isn't thanking us and taking the deal. I don't understand. They must really love war. No, it's literally the Russian position, okay? Right down to the talking points, okay? Look, I want the war to end, all right? That said, giving over territorial concessions to an invading power is nothing but appeasement. Has that ever really worked to ensure a lasting peace? No, it has not, okay? Look, I don't want to be funding this war forever. Obviously, nobody does. I support negotiation. I support diplomacy. Negotiation, however, does not mean total and complete capitulation to invaders. Okay? And that's what land concessions are. They are capitulation. Now, as far as security for Russia, I mean, you kind of effed that. All right, when you invaded Ukraine, forcing the Ukrainians to rely on NATO. Okay, you basically pushed them into the arms of the West. Congratulations, dummy. All right, I'm just saying. So now that said, do Americans support Russia? You're gonna be shocked to find out, no. I know. A recent poll conducted by CBS News and YouGov found that while a slim majority, 52%, backed Ukraine, only 4% backed the Russian position. The rest didn't support anyone. Not my problem, they're saying. Okay? That said, there are a lot of people that do think that Trump has favored the Russians. Shocker. About 46% said that Trump's actions and statements have favored Russia, compared to 43% who believe that Trump has treated both sides equally. This was before, by the way, this poll was taken before the Oval Office meltdown. Okay, so I'm gonna bet that after that, people who've seen it might be like, yeah, no, I really do think that he is not trying to treat both sides equally. Only 10% think that Trump has sided with Ukraine. Okay, that said, and again, this is before the Oval Office blowup. 51% of Americans did approve of Trump's handling of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, compared to 49% who do not approve. Why is that? Well, it's because people, by and large, don't want to get involved in proxy wars. Okay, so yeah. We don't want to get involved. Makes sense. I wouldn't want to get involved. Okay, I don't want to be involved. I don't want there to be a war in the first place. But you know, that's kind of Russia's fault, as in Russia's fault for invading. Yeah. Look, now that said, funny enough, there's a lot of Republicans that seem to have a pretty favorable view of Russia. 41% of Republicans consider Russia to be an ally and to be friendly to the United States. Why is that? Right-wing media. It's right-wing media. look, since 2016, the Russians have been doing social media that targets mainly Republicans, right? And look, you even had Tenet Media literally paying Tim Pool, Dave Rubin, Benny Johnson, and others to do what is essentially pro-Russian talking points. So their internet game, real good, okay? Now, that said, right, you have Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, that is dismantling our cyber security measures against Russia. So, okay. Look, the result here is you've got a pro-Putin Republican Party, okay? Not pro-peace. So that's the big difference, right? Because, again, Russia is invading their neighbors, okay? And yet these Republicans are still like, why are you pro-war? We're not pro-war. We're pro-peace. Russia, get him. Get him. That's not a pro-peace position. No, that's ridiculous. There's nothing peaceful about invading your neighbors, okay? But that said, it's pro-Russian. In fact, you had a Kremlin spokesperson admitting that Trump's foreign policy goals, quote, largely coincide with our vision. What vision? As far as I can tell, full Russian control over at least the 5 Ukrainian regions that it has so far annexed. Okay? On Thursday, spokesman Dmitry Peskov ruled out any negotiation of the status of those regions, despite not fully controlling 4 of them. Peskov's comments followed similar remarks by Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov a few days prior. Wait, who wants the war to continue? Who wants the war to continue? Because Ukraine's just fighting back, okay, against Russian aggression. And so, you've got these, and you've got the Russians that are like, we will not negotiate, okay? We come in, we take territory, we keep territory, everybody win. No, not everybody win, okay? No, that's not good. That's not peace. That's and literally handing them over is just appeasement. And I do think that giving Russia everything they want in exchange for promises of peace, that's not going to create peace. It's only going to embolden more war. And that's not what we want. I mean, look, the best way to end the fighting is to have Russia end the fighting. I don't know how we get to that point. Maybe then, maybe they can work out some mineral deals, okay? It's something that could benefit both countries economically. There's got to be something that they can do, right? But unfortunately right now, because it would be so damn embarrassing for the Russian government, Putin is refusing to do that without gaining full control of these territories, which of course leaves a whole lot of people in Ukraine and Europe in a real bind. Because I do not believe that Ukraine is going to give up and agree to these concessions, and neither will their allies in Europe, which means that, under the so-called peace, loving President Trump, this war will continue until Russia gets everything that they want. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.